The shame. The shame of this. Look at this right here, okay? So they designed Yasuke. Like, this is allegedly, okay? From the Assassin's Creed concept art book, all right? So what we're looking at here is Yasuke, okay? In Ronin garb, all right? Now, if you don't know, Ronin are masterless samurai. These are samurai that have either lost their master to death or were expelled due to their own misbehavior from the service of their master. So, we're really doing really well here, but you might be wondering what that little blop of text has to say here, and it confirms exactly this. It says, this concept piece explores Yasuke's flamboyant kabukimono garb made with high-quality fabrics. Kabukimono were wandering gangs of samurai ronin who dressed and spoke in deliberately outrageous ways. Really? How outrageous? Would you say Johnny Somali outrageous? This outfit grants bonuses to Yasuke's execution abilities. It's hard to explain, okay? So consider this. For our time, this would be like a police officer murdering the mayor and wearing clothes that give him a bonus to do that, okay? But he's not a police officer. He's a disgraced police officer, right? So he's like an ex-cop murdering the mayor, right? It's one of the... It's not gonna work. And then there's no excuse for this. Like, just take... I know, like, real quick, like, you're like, what's the matter with this, Cider? Well, take a look at this. Here's the big problem with this, okay? The big problem. Yasuke is the more important person here as far as head-on looks, okay? His horse is more adorned. His armor is more adorned. He's definitely more opulent in his presentation. And then, believe it or not, next to him is Nobunaga. Just a quick look, you'd think that Nobunaga was the retainer of Yasuke. Yeah. They were serious about this. There were hours and hours poured into this. You understand that? Hundreds of people were involved with this. Not a one of them was like, hey, should the retainer look more badass than the lord that he's serving? Should that? Nah, we're not. Okay, cool. Consider for a minute that, we have President Trump in office now. Consider that one of his security, Secret Service guys, right? What if that guy just showed up with like spinner rims on his car and just started like walking around with all that style, like rolling back his shoulders, sunglasses, gold teeth, that kind of thing, like stealing the show from Trump. That kind of thing. It's a bigger faux pas in Japan in this setting to do this, right? To be more done up than your lord. But I'm trying to draw a comparison here to kind of give you the vibe of why this is so wrong, okay? They are placing Yasuke in a higher visual importance than Nobunaga. Even his horse is more done up. He's got more armor than Nobunaga's horse. So quite obviously, the Lord does not prioritize his own ride. He's prioritizing his subordinate's ride. Because you can see right here, Yasuke's horse it has the neck armor. It also has the facial armor right here, protecting its face and head. And then down here on the saddle, it has saddle armor. You can see that. Nobunaga's horse was just like, in the middle of like eating, and they rode out. No armor for that horse. You just take its head clean off. But whatever. I mean, it seems to be a theme with this game. You wait, you see it. So apparently with this game, now this is from a playthrough from another user. I'm not exactly sure where this comes from. This post doesn't explain where the information, the clip came from, but just have a look. So you can destroy shrines, apparently. You could shoot them up, and you could chase off the villagers. You could shoot at them even. Yeah, you could do that, trying to kill them. Now you're totally exposed, by the way. But it gets worse. Check it out. Now we're inside of the shrine, and we're destroying things inside of the shrine. I'll remind you, you couldn't destroy crosses. To my knowledge, you couldn't destroy crosses. But here you are. There it is. There goes the mirror. That's the deity, by the way. Now, to you and me, we didn't really notice that. But we'll go back. Let's take a look. Let's go back. The mirror is supposed to be the representation, okay? And there it is. There's the mirror. You see that off Yasuke's right shoulder here, diagonally up, the circle there with the light-colored circle between the green. I'm sorry, I don't know the names of these things. I'm very sorry. Again, like I'm a hobbyist at studying Japanese culture. I don't know the finer points. It's not, I didn't go to school for any of this. I just kind of pick it up as I go along with my books and things like that. So this is incredibly disgraceful on many different levels, but here we are, and Yasuke goes to town destroying. And again, this was part of a demonstration, right? This is part of what Ubisoft sanctioned a streamer to do. Said it was perfectly okay to go in there and obliterate that shrine. These are these people's religion. This is no different than walking into a church and kicking over the cross that's at the center of the podium, right? The where you're supposed to speak, and you go in there and you kick that over. It's no different than that. Going in there and destroying all of that, slicing that up. No. And we'll see more of what Ubisoft thinks about how you're supposed to be able to behave. By the way, so here we have Asmongold over here, and he's reacting to Shohei Kondo. You recall we did a video about him and his video getting protected. You know, rather YouTube going after his video to protect YouTube. Ubisoft. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, there's so many U's and Oobs and ugh. Pick new name schemes. All right, guys. Gosh. So anyway. Shohei Kondo, his video was taken down repeatedly, 7 times by YouTube because he was making fun of Ubisoft too hard, apparently. And now this is Asmongold reacting to the redacted video. But I want you to pay attention to what happens here. Here's Yasuke once again inside of a sacred space. And there he is. He just home run that guy's head clean off his shoulders. It's a little dark, so we'll go back and we'll play it again. There it is. Boink, his head. Roll it again. Watch it. His head is in the air. You see that thing over here? Right here? That's a human head. Whee! There it goes. Home run! Yeah, just like the Wii Sports right there. Even Zach is astonished. Look at his face down here. He's like, I can't believe he just knocked somebody's head clean off their shoulders, just like that. It is amazing to consider that Ubisoft was like, this is perfectly fine. This is perfectly fine. And then come to find out, you actually can't assault the Portuguese that brought Yasuke here historically. That's right, the slavers that owned Yasuke that came to these lands, they are not, you can't hurt them. You could take the head off of a Japanese in a sacred space. You can destroy the Japanese religious Shinto shrines. It could be a Buddhist shrine. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the differences. Again, like I said, I'm not a cultural expert. I'm just a hobbyist in what I know. Okay, that's it. All right. I could have got it wrong, and I'm very sorry. But what I'm trying to make the case for here is that you can go around and raise merry old hell everywhere else, but don't you dare lay a hand on a European. I'm going to mute the clip here, but watch. You can't do it. It's like he's a god. He's completely invincible. He doesn't even run away. Look at that. You saw the other guys run away. You saw these fellows back here at the beginning of the clip about this. Like, look, there's a big scary samurai man here, and he is shooting things. Run away. Look, they're all very scared. You shot it. Look at that. You took a guy with an arrow right there, and he's running away as fast as he can. And then you come on over here, and, this European guy knows you can't hurt him. He just wants you to know what you're doing to his stuff. Check it out. We'll go back. We'll go back and look. There it is. Here's Yasuke running up on that guy. Slice right through him. He's not afraid of Yasuke. Not one bit. He just turns around to make sure that Yasuke doesn't completely destroy whatever he's got behind him. Yeah. Just consider for a minute the message that sends, okay? You, as a legendary black samurai, can take the head off of a Japanese person inside of a sacred space. You could destroy shrines, religious sites, obliterate them with no remorse, by the way. The game doesn't even punish you for that. But you can't lay a hand on a European, and the character knows it. That's the other part. The character knows you can't hurt him. I don't know, guys. There's something here with the French and the Japanese that we don't know about, that we need to go back into history and dig up, because there is some really bad blood on French's end, apparently. But speaking of things that work perfectly fine, and we're going to listen to this one. This is a clip of Naoe interacting with a boy a young child, rather. It could be a trans child. Ubisoft is forward thinking like that. It could be a trans child. It could be a trans child. So here we go. This perfectly works perfectly.
The way
Of course.
you seem quite at ease in this place.
Many shrines and temples were damaged in the fight.
Okay, he's gone. That kid is now gone. He's just walked right off. Naoe is there in the rain, worshiping the temple, right? I believe this is a prayer to her ancestor. I think this is an ancestral prayer space. Like, you're supposed to, ask for the favor of your ancestors and ask for their comfort. I think, again, not cultural expert. Let me know down in the comments, but I think that's how this works. But watch.
My father contributed to the reconstruction.
Look at him. He is over a school bus's length away from her now, and he's just talking. She's not even there. He's like talking to his imaginary friend as he leaves this worship space. There's a ghost, guys. There's a ghost.
A way to help the people make sense of their suffering.
Your father cares for other people.
It's really great how, like, the characters know they're apart, so they just start yelling this intensely personal information to each other in a sacred space. Like, that's just great. The character understands that it's far away, so it's just yelling that stuff to this kid that just booked it. He's done. He's got his bid done for the day. He's out. He's got a Game Boy to play, He's on his way to play the Nintendo.
He had a hard childhood. I don't think he had anyone caring for him back then.
That's just something you just yell. You're just yelling out loud to somebody you're more than 2 school bus links away from, okay? I just don't know how to describe the level of brain dead this has right here. Like, at no point should that still be happening. Like, you shouldn't have the option to perform a prayer while you're engaging with this dialogue tree. That again, classic Ubisoft oops. You remember when the faces used to just disappear?
That is why I obeyed when he sent me to Lord Hideyoshi and...
Huh? You could just climb on that? I didn't make it this deep into the clip, guys. I was just surprised that she was still talking to him. She's just climbing on that. Watch this.
He had a hard childhood.
She turns around, she goes about her business, she's walking away, running toward him, and then the player, you can climb up on that. You can just drive a kunai knife in there and Batman up the side of that thing. This is a sacred space, okay? This is not supposed to be where you do that. This like, streamers get in trouble for doing this. Like, people, this is carving into that, by the way. You're defacing a religious site. Again, imagine if you walked into Notre Dame, right? You walked into Notre Dame, and Notre Dame, if you prefer. You walked in there, and you just started Spider-Manning around in there. You started parkouring all over the inside of that cathedral. I don't know. Is there anything more? Hey, oh, she runs on top of it? Nah, I'm done. I'm done. Give me Porky-chan and Big Mac. I can't. That is so insanely insulting, okay? Like, Japan, like, as I said, people get arrested for interacting with these things in real life that way. There's no way a native Japanese citizen, at least of all in this time period, is going to do that. That's not even remotely something that character, that person, is even going to conceive of doing. As I said, regular people in the odd times of France are not going to be parkouring around inside of Notre Dame. At least I would think that they wouldn't be doing that way back in the time when that could get your head crushed for doing it. All right? Now, same thing in Japan. This is an intensely spiritual time. There's a lot of people who have high superstition about this stuff. We talked about females not being allowed in certain sporting spaces because they desecrate that space in this time period because women were seen as impure. Now you have one of them parkouring all over a religious site. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. This video's over. Okay, guys, you have to let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm gonna go like yell at a cloud or something. I don't know. I gotta get this rage out of my system, or I'm gonna like get like one of those lawsuits where you've said some naughty things on YouTube that you're not supposed to. Good luck out there.